Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jim. Let's cue the intro.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want and need. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking now. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking now.
Yes, people. Welcome back to that GNA TV show. And it's the afternoon Prem show. Lots of games, lots and lots of games coming up over the weekend. It's match 21 out of 38. We're moving. We are definitely moving. And it's going to be a big one today. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to go through all the games. We're going to touch base with all the teams across the Premier League, where they stand, what a win or lose would do for them also as well. It's going to be a big show. I have got some panelists who will be joining us as well as we go along. But I'm going to touch it with your chats at the moment. We have got man like Velwishan in the house. Big up to you, bro. I hope you are well. We got Kieran in the house as well. Kieran, nice seeing you here, bro. Hope you're all well. Before we move forward, people, please smash the like button. Like and subscribe if you haven't done already as well. Morning to Bad Cab as well. Hope you're good. Just going to wait before we get into this. Let the viewers build up a bit. I'm going to read out some of your chats before we delve into things. We bodied Spurs from start to finish. But listen, Welsh fan, you dealt with them. And I actually was one of the only people that said Liverpool go out there and get the job done. Because you were due a big win. It wasn't going to be the case of Liverpool being, behind this long. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it was a big win for you guys. Shush Harold's here. Hey Ria, who's Ria, bruv? Yo, Jem, how you doing? Alex CFC, how are you, bro? I hope you're well. I hope you're all having a lovely Friday morning. Who else we got here? Kieran, what do you think of the game yesterday, by the way? Kieran, I thought the game was, in my eyes, it was dominated by Liverpool from start to finish. I thought Tottenham were very poor. I thought the way Tottenham set up against Liverpool was very poor. To play Ndombele and Højbjerg on their own against three top players in midfield, Emilio Wijnaldum and Thiago is a bit stupid. Let's be serious. It is a bit stupid, but Liverpool got the job done, and they banged in the goals that they needed to, and it was all good. Justice says, "Hey, big up to you, Justice." Ads is in the house. Big up to Ads. Morning, people. Salute to my boy Jim. Salute to you, man. Ekram, nice to see you here, bro. Hope you're well. Little Shady's back. It's been a while, but it's nice to see you. Nice to see you, Little Shade. It's good to see you tuning in. Chelsea fan, big up to you. Where is that guy who said Spurs will win the treble? Charles. Yeah, Charles, where are you, bruv? Where are you, my guy? You were the one that was sitting there all this time, coming on, giving it the big un. Giving it the big un. Where are you, bruv? Where's your quadruple? Where's your quadruple charge? We have got a Spurs fan in town, and it's probably a more normal Spurs fan compared to Charles in Roy Burrow, who says, "As and Jim, the two realist rivals." Roy, I hope you're good, bro. Thank you for jumping in with us today. Jose cannot figure out Klopp. Welcome back. Little Shade is what Winter Service says, and big up to him as well. Hi, pal. Hope you're well. Where's Charles? Chris, again. He hides. Where's, his man's filling up my live chat about how Spurs are going to win a quadruple, and they got slapped. They got slapped by Liverpool. Liverpool panned them. Absolutely panned them. It was a classic Liverpool worrying for City now. Listen, one thing that Liverpool fans, I'm sure, if they're in here, will be worried about in many ways is how well Man City are, playing at the moment. And the thing with Man City is when they wake up, when the beast wakes up inside them, they can be very dangerous. They can be very dangerous. And for me at the moment, they've been very consistent. And if you look at their games, we're going to delve into Man City today. I've got a Man City fan joining us today as well. We're going to delve into them a lot and talk about the games that they've got coming up and stuff like that. So, Ads, hi, bro. Yeah, Ads is in the house. Charles also said Tottenham would make Liverpool easy, so stop hiding. Charles will smoke you last. Yeah, exactly, Chris. You did. Big up to Sammy in the house. Sammy, big up to you, my man. Roy says Charles takes down our fan base. I heard what you and Ad said yesterday, and you're right. Winks in bad. And like Ad said, Spurs are inconsistent even with Kane and Son, and he's right. And it's something that we mentioned. You can't keep relying on the same individuals to keep, bailing you out. They haven't got anyone else that brings goals for them. Spurs, and that's the issue I got with it. And this is why they're not title contenders. And I said this from day dot. If this was a other team, they would have been. If this was any other team, they would have been on top. Yeah, I hear you. When Charles was talking about a treble, does he mean winning 3 games in a row? Says with the server. No, he's talking about quadruple. Kieran, nice to know you're a City fan. I'm looking forward to delving in. I hope you like the content we put on today about Man City. We've actually got a Man City fan joining us as well. So, yeah, we'll delve into it. All right, let's move on, shall we? Let's delve into the games. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's share the screen with you guys. Right, we're going to start with this one here. Everton versus Newcastle. Everton versus Newcastle, people. Tell me what you think the score is going to be. It's a 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. Quite a big game, really, for both teams. If you look at Everton, 18 played, in a very good position on 33 points, still 2 games in hand. If they win all of their games, they put them from 39 points, which is where Leicester are at the moment. So for Everton, it's good, looking good. If you look at their recent form, 1-3, drawn 1, lost 1 as well. It's not too bad. And then you look at the other flip side of things and look at Newcastle. Look at them. They're play 20. And if you look at the actual teams below them, everyone's sort of caught up on games, barring Fulham as well. Looking at that, look, the worst form out of any Premier League team at the moment. Look, they've lost all 5, 19 points. There's 6 points off relegation. 6 points. Are we worried about Newcastle? I want people in the chat to tell me, are we worried about Newcastle getting relegated? And what are we expecting in terms of a win? Obviously, we've got to bear in mind Everton are at home. Yep, they're at home. And you look at Newcastle's form. They've lost a lot of games. 11 games lost, 4 drawn and 5 won. That's a lot of games to lose. If you look below them, even Brighton and Fulham haven't lost that many. These two have. Are we worried about Newcastle, people? Tell me. Should Newcastle be worried? Let's read your chats. 2-0 Everton. 1-1 draw is what we've got here with Valvishran. He says 1-1 draw, cannot stand both teams. Big up to Kai. Kai, if you want to come in, let me know in the chat, yeah, if you're free, because I wasn't sure whether you're working or not. So if you ain't, just drop me a message and I'll send it over to you. What else have we got here? Well, Kane will be out for game true. Yeah, exactly. Kane will be out for the Chelsea game, but we'll touch base on that. All good, Daniel. All good, my bro. Daniel says 3-0 Everton. Is it going to be a whitewash? I mean, looking at this, I honestly think there's only one win here. I mean, I can't really see, looking at Newcastle's recent form, they've got the worst record in the last 5 games of any other Premier League team. They've lost all 5 games. I don't see that on anyone else other than them. They have got the worst form in the league at the moment in the last 5 games. Everton are on fire. Ancelotti's got them ticking. He's got them playing well. I actually did say originally that Everton would be in my top 4. And they'll finish 4th. Anything's possible this year. That's the only thing I'd say. Anything is possible. My boy Danny is here as well. Dan, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm not bad, bro. Not bad. Just delving into the Everton and Newcastle game, which is kicking off early kickoff at 12:30 tomorrow. I was just looking at their forms. Obviously, Everton's got 2 more games in hand and they're very comfortable. If they win both their games, they shoot up to where Leicester City are, which are 3rd on 39. And then you go on the flip side of things and you look at Newcastle, who, if you look, are on the same games as the ones below them other than Fulham. Their form is the worst in the league. They've lost all 5 games and they're on
Yeah.
19 points. Should they be worried, Newcastle, Dan, about relegation?
100%. I think if you look at Newcastle games as well, they don't play good football. For one, I mean, obviously we know Kendall. She's been voicing it for a while about Newcastle and the state of the club and whatnot. And let's be serious. I mean, they've got I won't say attacking players to set the world up like on fire, but they've got a good enough team to be comfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
To be safe. A bit, maybe where Crystal Palace are, a bit safer, better form and whatnot. And it's not looking great, do you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of Joe Linton, their big money signing, he's not doing great. I mean, St. Maximin has shown his form in spurts, but it hasn't been consistent, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you think what are you expecting the score to be, mate, on this one?
I expect an Everton win. I mean, if you watched Everton against Leicester, played well defensively, looking solid. Ancelotti. I've been saying that Everton team, in my opinion, isn't the greatest team, but Ancelotti's done a great job in basically putting that team together, constructing them in a nice little structure. I'd expect them to take this game, especially being at home as well. I expect them to take this game, Calvert-Lewin to get back on the score sheet as well.
No, that's cool. That's cool. And I agree. I think Everton are going to whitewash them. If we look at Everton, I mean, in terms of form at the moment, they're flying. You know, they've won 10, drawn 3 and lost only 5. Ancelotti's got them playing very well. I don't know who's in and out for them. I don't know if Rodriguez is back. Does anyone know if he's back in for this game?
He scored a worldie against Leicester, actually, right foot.
Oh, did he? Fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. So, I can only expect them to go and win at least 2-3-0 in my eyes. So it's looking peak for Newcastle, and I do think they're going to struggle in terms of around them, the teams around them as well. Kai is also here with us as well. Kai, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm
Not bad, my man.
day off finally, man. Yeah, so I'm good.
Kai, just a quick. Not bad, man. Not bad. Just a quick. I'm gonna get your views on the Newcastle and Everton game. Everton are at home. Obviously, Everton are on great form at the moment. Looking at the league, they're 2 games in hand. They could potentially join Leicester up in 3rd if they win both of them. And on the flip side, you look at Newcastle and they're lost. They got the worst form in the league. Lost 5 games in a row, 19 points. What are you expecting from this game, mate?
I mean, I'm expecting Uncle Carlo to get the win. But at the same time, I do want Newcastle to win. But looking at their form, man, Jesus Christ. Even Sheffield has better form in the last 5 games. Yeah, so Newcastle are going back to the championship. Maybe we'll see them on Netflix, man, soon, We'll have like the same thing as Sunderland, like with the very sad song at the beginning. With the way that their owners are moving, so you never know.
I hear you. So that's that, guys. That's that. Let's move on swiftly onto the next game.
Did you do the Chelsea game yet?
And the next game is Crystal Palace. No, not yet. We just started. Crystal Palace versus Wolves. Dan, I'm going to start with you, my man. Let's have a look at Palace. I haven't really checked them. Let's see where they are. Where are they? Oh, wow. They're 14th. 20 games on 23 points. They're not, they're 10 points off relegation zone. They're not looking like they're going to have that issue with them. And then you look at Wolves, same points, 23 points, played 20. They've got the same sort of record. Look, 1-6, drawn 5, lost 9. Is this a game that could go any way, do you think? Or who are you more confident in, bro?
Look, Wolves came to Chelsea to try and get, because they hadn't had a clean sheet in like 9-10 games, something crazy like that. So they came to Chelsea and got that clean sheet. Yeah, man. If I wanted to give anyone the edge, I'd probably give it to Wolves just because Palace lost. I believe Palace lost their last game. I can't remember, but I believe they lost to, was it Leeds? No, it wasn't Leeds. I just know they lost their last game. I can't remember who it was. I think Wolves will take this one just because they used the Chelsea game as a platform to try and get some results going. And obviously getting a point of Chelsea, they want to now go on to Palace and get a win.
I hear you. What about you, Kai? How are you feeling about this game?
Probably the same. I think Crystal Palace doesn't have enough in them to beat Wolves. So I don't see them winning.
Yeah, look, Palace have got good players. They have. They always seem to find themselves in mid-table. They're not a bad team. I mean, Wolves are probably having their worst season since they've been in the Premier League. Just to be fair, I mean, last season they were, doing massively well, but so was Sheffield United. So you've only got to look at how things are going this season. It's a bit up and down. I mean, hashtag is saying 3-1 Wolves. Daniel saying Palace lost to West Ham. But then you've got to bear in mind, Daniel, West Ham are on form at the moment, my bro. You cannot condone that. I mean, West Ham are actually hard to play against. Winter Surface says 2-2. 2-2. Yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to say a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think in terms of league positions, they'll stay where they are, which is pretty much joint on points, joint on games, and joint on wins, draws, and losses. So yeah, we move on from them. Going to jump on I'm going to come back to Man City, Sheffield United, because we've got a Man City fan coming on, so I want to touch in with them about that in a bit. Battle of the relegation, big game at the bottom. West Brom versus Fulham. West Brom, if you look at their points and form, lost 3, lost 4, 1-1. And then you look at Fulham, they've drawn 3 and lost 2. They haven't won a game in a while. They have got the game in hand, but they're only 2 points clear of West Brom. Dan, again, who do you think's got the better players, and who do you think could walk away with the win on this? You got on this one, mate.
West Ham. I mean, Fulham played a better football. Scott Parker, fair to him, has had a tough run. I mean, they've played Man United. I believe they also played Man City. I can't remember, but I know they've had a tough run. But I'm leaning towards Fulham, and Fulham definitely have the better players, play the better football. They have the more progressive thinking manager. I think the Sam Allardyce sacking was literally pointless because Bilic wasn't doing. I don't even think Bilic was doing as bad. Sam Allardyce conceded 5, 4, 4 in the couple of the games that they've played. So yeah, man, I'm leaning to. Not even leaning towards. I'm confident Fulham can get the win in this one if they play their football.
Yeah, I think they've definitely got better players, Fulham, across the pitch. They've got a lot more talent. When we played against Fulham, I thought they didn't do too bad. I thought, to be honest, you wouldn't really think they're a relegation team looking at them, the way Scott Parker's got them playing and that. But, Kyle, what's your views on the battle of the bottom, mate?
Bro, if there was a game that I could care less about, this would be the game, man. Jesus Christ. 2 dead teams with their dead players playing for a dead cause, man. Basically, that's all it is. But Fulham does have Ruben Loftus butt cheek, man. So I gotta back the Chelsea boy, man. So I'm backing West Fulham to win, man.
Yeah, fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Ekram CFC says Ruben Loftus cheek masterclass incoming. He's getting better, boys. I just want to touch on Ruben himself as an individual and how he's played at Fulham quickly. Do you think if he continues playing the way he has been at the moment, which is on form, do you think Chelsea would look to call him back, or do you think Chelsea will wash their hands of him and allow him to just move on? Dan?
Personally, I think it's up to Tuchel. So if Tuchel wants him back at the end of the season, he will have the chance to let him see if someone he sees as a part of his squad. New manager, so obviously he has the opportunity to impress the new manager. Look, people forget this, and it's common. Like, people forget it very, very quickly. The fact that obviously we were all on his neck because of the Brighton game and how poor he played in that game, but not too long ago, before the injury, he was playing the best football of his life. He was in Sarri's system. He was in Sarri's plans, playing more, had good link up with Hazard, and was really getting involved with the team. And you're thinking, yes, this is the RLC we wanted to see for so long. So for me, he just needs a run of games. I think he will come good. Like, remember the Crystal Palace loan? That's what all started it off, and then he had a nonsense injury in a nonsense game. So for me, it's literally if Tuchel sees him in his plans. Like, if Tuchel sees him as someone he thinks that can play and do well for the team, then Tuchel's going to have him. If Tuchel doesn't, then I do think it's going to be a cut our losses thing, and maybe it'll be time for him to move on.
I hear you, my man. Kaya, what about Ruben Loftus butt cheek, as you call him? Would you like to see him back at Chelsea as an option?
Ruben Loftus cheeks, man. That's how I call him, man. Ruben Loftus butt cheek, man. But the thing is, man, I think 1 season loan from Fulham to impress there and just come back to Chelsea is not really realistic. Because the level between Chelsea and Fulham is the gap is huge. You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it PG, man. Not say how big the gap is, man, but it is what it is. You know. But you know, the thing with him is with Ruben Loftus-Cheek is just I think he missed his chance to make it at Chelsea, and now at this point, we're just basically looking for him to get back into fitness and sell him, which is a shame because he was quite talented, you know. And but the fact of the matter is his injuries kind of ruin his career, and Chelsea can't depend on him, and we do have better midfielders. So for
I hear
me,
you, bro. I hear you.
just let him play and find a buyer, and we move on, man.
Yeah, look, I mean, Daniel says Ruben Loftus-Cheek said Sarri was his favourite manager at Chelsea, and I think that's probably because he played him quite a lot, didn't he?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I'm right, when he was at Sarri. So, and he was at his best, if I remember rightly. He was at his best then. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't injured. He didn't have that bad injury that he had. He was in form. I actually thought he was going to take off at that point. I really did. I thought he's going to be a serious player for Chelsea, but things
that
changed
injury
very
killed him.
quickly. Ruben
That injury
Yeah,
killed him.
exactly. It did kill him. Yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been good, but he needs to work on his end product. Max says, "Hi guys, hope you all. Burnley and Tottenham must win for me, and always turn up against Tottenham. So fingers crossed." Yeah, we'll touch base on Chelsea very soon. Moving on from this game, we're going to jump on to. Let's jump on to. Let's save these top 6 games for Let's go on to Southampton and Aston Villa, because again, that's another big. It's a biggish game, isn't it? Really. It's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Both teams are not bad form. Let's have a look. Where are they? Where are they? They're both next to each other as well. Look at that. Southampton have played a game more than Aston Villa, both on 29 points. Their form is near enough the same. Who do you think, Dan? Who do you think is going to take this one? Southampton or Villa, mate? Who have you been more impressed with so far?
More impressed, definitely Villa. I know Villa lost to Burnley 3-2, but Southampton, if you've clocked, they've been playing well, but they've not been getting results. So I know they lost to they beat Leicester, but they went through a bad patch, and obviously that's been compounded again with the Arsenal loss, which was quite a bad loss if you think about it. Like Arsenal really played well and outplayed them. But it's a game that can go either way. I mean, 2 teams that have played positively, played good football this season, 2 managers that have impressed, Dean Smith and Ralph Hasenhüttl.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, man. I don't know who to go with. If I had to pick a team, I would probably go with Villa just based on the Grealish factor. And I think that with Southampton, a lot of it is, and I don't know if you remember this in the Arsenal pressed really well. So it was strategic pressing, more focused and more as if Arteta had paid attention to the previous game and then made amendments. And I think Aston Villa do a good job of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially with Bertrand Traore, who's scoring goals. Grealish, who's obviously there. Still got Ollie Watkins, who's back in the goals. I mean, El Ghazi, they want him to get back into the goals that he was getting as well. So I'd lean towards Villa, but I would not be surprised if Southampton win the game.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Please smash the like button, people. There's 44 viewers here right now. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We are also joined by my 2 bros, Devil in the Details and Monster CFC. How you doing, guys? You all right?
Big up. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. We can hear you.
Am I a bit? What about now? Better?
Yeah,
That's better. That's better, bro. That's better. Devil in the Details.
We can hear you, Master. We can hear you.
Looking at the game coming up against Southampton and Villa, they're both sort of looking at the table. Just looking at the table, they're both sort of next to each other, 10th and 11th. Obviously, Villa have got that game in hand. They're on the same points. Their form's kind of the same. Even their wins in the last 5 are near enough the same. Who do you think? Who do you think's going to win this, mate? Between the 2.
You know what? I feel like I go Southampton. Just because they're at home.
Sound a bit far away, Dan.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, a bit echoey.
It's just far away from the mic.
No, you've gone worse. You've gone worse. Jan, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, all right, thanks.
Yannicka.
How are you?
Good.
No, it's not the echo, Danny. It's you just sound far away.
You're very you sound far away. You're very silent, Dan. Like we can't hear you. Like
you want me to shout? How's this?
Where's your mic? Where's the mic? Maybe bring the mic closer to you.
How about now?
It's a little better.
A little bit better.
Technical difficulty.
Got to laugh, haven't you?
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
It's all right. Don't worry. We'll move. Let Monster jump on in it. Monster, what's your views on this game, bro? What are you saying?
What game we talking about? Southampton, Aston Villa.
Southampton Villa. Yeah.
The thing about Southampton is they're a weird team. Like I can't really understand them in it. You know what I mean? Whereby today they'll be good, and don't get me wrong, their coach is great, but then they're just not consistent enough for me. Do you know what I mean? Like they'd convincingly, in a way, convincingly beat Arsenal in the FA Cup, and then when it came to the league, they got beat. Do you know what I mean? With Aston Villa, Aston Villa are a lot more consistent, in my opinion. I feel like they got better players. I don't know. Like hopefully, obviously, I hope for a draw, but for some reason I can see Aston Villa taking this one, innit?
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Jan, welcome. Hope you're all good.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Southampton. Who's impressed you the most out of the two, and who do you think's going to win tomorrow?
I think Villa have had a sick season so far. You know, obviously, I think they've still got a couple of games in hand on a lot of teams. I think that's a difficult game because Southampton are at home. They're good at home in general, even against the bigger sides than Villa. So I think Southampton could nick it, but I think it's most likely to be a draw, like a high-scoring draw, something like 2-2, 3-3. They both want to lose because of where they are in the table. So I don't think they'll take too many risks. And with Villa being away from home, I think they will kind of settle for a draw if they have to in that sort of fixture. So yeah, I could see a high-scoring draw. But yeah, Southampton are at home, so it's I know it's not as much as an advantage this season.
Yeah.
But I think they're still quality at home, so we'll have to see.
Wicked.
They've both been doing really well, to be fair, this season.
Yeah, they have. They've both overachieved. I mean, they've both got quite good squads when you look at it on paper as well. They've got good, decent managers that are getting the best out of them as well at the moment, which you can't, which is doing them wonders. But Kai, what about you, my broski?
Yeah.
Who are you more confident in?
I mean, I've never in my entire life watching football thought a game between Southampton and Aston Villa is going to decide the fate of Chelsea, man. But it is what it is, man. I think it's Aston Villa are more likely to win. I'm hoping for a draw, but I'm gonna have to go with Aston Villa because they really impressed me this season. They've been very, very good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with an Aston Villa win. I think they're going to win 2-0. I think you might start seeing a slow decline of Southampton now. I think they started off very well, but for me, I just feel like Villa with Grealish and the Barclays and whoever, the Watkins who are playing very well and more consistent at the moment. I can see them sort of pushing top 8, to be honest. Danny, you with us now? Are you still sorting your stuff out?
Still far away, man.
Yeah, the mic. It could be the mic not connecting properly, man, Danny.
Yeah,
mate. It might be worth going back out and coming back in, bro. That's what I would do.
Check.
That's it. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on anyway. Let's go to
choose some fun games, man.
The game. Yeah, let's do Man City.
No, but you weren't here. We went to West Brom and Fulham and all that.
We got to get them out of the way, Kai. Unfortunately, this is the whole point of the show. We got to get them out of the way. I'm going to jump on Jan's team because it's a topic that I really want to delve into. To be honest, Man City and their form and the way they've played. I'm going to start with Jan as well. Man City. Look at them, 19 games played, still got a game in hand. They're on 41 points. They're leading the table.
Told you, they were my favorite to win the league. Liverpool are going to win it. Liverpool are going to win it. With what? With their budget squad now, man.
They've won their last 5 games. And then you look at Sheffield United, who did beat Man United. I am going to say did beat Man United. Not in the greatest of form, sitting on 8 points, 20 games. Jan, are Man City back? Are they going to win the league?
She's muted. You're muted, Jan.
Sorry,
muted, lad.
sorry.
Yeah.
Like I always say you can never rule out City until it's mathematically impossible. That's the way I see it. We didn't start the season well. We were struggling defensively. Then we bought Diaz, and he's just transformed the defense. I think going forward, it wasn't really clicking. I think it was kind of down to Pep changing the formation slightly in the way we play. We're a little bit more defensive this season than we have been in previous seasons. And I think because of that, as well as the players being a bit tired, a few having COVID, I'm not using that as an excuse because it's happened to everyone. But I think that's why this season's kind of gone the way it has. There's a lot of players that are like lethargic, not quite up to how their normal levels. And I think, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if we're back because the way this season's going, like you play really well one week and then the next week you lose. Like it's a crazy season. But I think City look good. So
She's gone.
No, she's still here. I think
sorry. Yeah. So basically, I think that's what it's like. It's this season's a bit of a strange one. But I think we're doing well. We're in the position we need to be in at the moment. But I think it's a long season, and I can't see us not losing again. Sheffield United, on the other hand, have only just started winning. So they're in quite good form at the moment. But I do think City should be beating Sheffield United. We did beat them away, but it was 1-0. That was a brilliant game from City. We only scored 1 goal, but we were really, really good in that game. So I'd like to think we can beat them. We're at home. And I would say if we don't beat them, I think that's a little bit of a shock, to be honest, because we should be beating them. Yes, I would say Gundogan as well. I love Gundogan. I can't rate him higher. Like he's been on fire this season.
Yeah, and do you know what's impressed me the most about Man City this season is that they've actually been playing without a striker, and they're still playing the way it's like you're getting goals from everywhere, and you're winning games without the Agueros. All right, Jesus is not the best of strikers, and we know that. Do you know what I mean in terms of how he's been and whatever? But listen, Man City for me, I think they're going to win it. I keep saying it, even though Liverpool look like they could be on their way back. I think even Liverpool fans would be slightly worried with Man City's form at the moment. But moving on to Dan, what are you saying?
You can hear me now.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
This is a layup for City. City are well equipped to. Oh, wrong, Danny. Sorry.
Wrong,
Danny.
I'll call Danny Devil in the I'll call Devil in the details. Yeah, I'll call you Devil in the details. I'll call him Dan. Yeah, because otherwise we're going to get mixed up, aren't we? Go on, Dan. What are you saying?
No, that's cool. City. I mean, look, if City lose this game, it's definitely a shock. I mean, I'm not a City fan, so I can be more ruthless with it. If City don't win this game, it will be a very, very bad loss, despite the good run of form. I mean, Sheffield United, yes, they beat Man United, but they're still not a good team. There's a reason why I predicted them to go down at the beginning of the season. I thought a lot of teams would really find out the way they played, because obviously when they came up into the league, they had this weird, but it was kind of a very good system which works for them. Their centre backs overlapping and whatnot. But in terms of City, one thing that I like about City and one thing I've liked about them this season is Pep's adaptability, because that was one of the things that people questioned. Will he die by the system that he plays? And what he's done is he's adapted his system in a way where he's made it more defensive, but it's still rooted in the playing it out wide and getting good balls into the box and playing it in behind. So you have to give credit to City. You have to also give credit to KDB. He's someone who I wanted to rise up to the occasion, especially with no David Silva. We were asking a lot of questions of him. He started slow, definitely, came back into it. Obviously injured now, but a lot of players are rising to the occasion now. Gundogan is showing form that I don't think we've seen from him this whole time at Man City. Do you know what I'm saying? Sterling hasn't even had the best of season. He's slowly coming back into it. And I think you just got to give credit where credit is due.
I hear you, bro. I hear
you. Got to
you.
give credit where credit is due with Man City. So, Man City, in my opinion, will win the league. I just think when you look at all the teams and who is able to pick up like a good run of form, a solid run of form, it's Man City. The real test really is their fixture after all their fixtures after Burnley, because I believe they play like Liverpool, Tottenham, Man United. It literally comes back to back game every single week, and that's the test. So yeah, man. But I do believe Man City will win the league.
Yeah,
Do
I
you know
hear you.
what? Do you know
Monster,
what's
what you
crazy
saying?
about
Go on, Ian. Go on,
Sorry,
Ian.
I was just going to say, you know what's crazy, because it's like, yes, De Bruyne is our best player, but actually, I think De Bruyne was only just starting to get into form when he got injured. I'd say Gundogan's been better than De Bruyne this season. And also Cancelo. Cancelo has been one of the best players in the league, full stop, as well. And also Ruben Diaz has completely transformed our defence. But I do think with City, like what I always say is defences win your titles. Like, yeah, okay, you have to score to win games. But I think defensively you need to be strong. And I think this is where I've said, even though Man United were top, I was saying I don't think Man United will win the league, because even when they're winning games, they're still conceding quite a lot of goals, whereas Man City this season can win 1-0. So if we're having a day where we're not really scoring, we can, right now, obviously at the start of the season, we were drawing 0-0 a lot, but right now we can win 1-0. And I think it's important. So these big fixtures that we're going to come up against, like Tottenham, we got beat 2-0 by Tottenham. I can't see that with the way we're playing at the moment happening again. Arsenal away, that's one of them fixtures that we worry about. But City over the years have done really well at Arsenal away. But it's going to be difficult. Liverpool's going to be hard. We never win at Anfield. I'm not expecting a win there, to be honest. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Every game's difficult this season. I don't think there's easy games this
year. It is very, very difficult. Monster, what are you saying about this game, bro? Looking at the game.
You're talking about Man City. Which game you talk about again? Man City,
Sheffield United, bro.
Right. Man City should win that one. Come on, I know Sheffield United beat Man United, but that's I don't really see that happening with Man City, man. Man City are a bit ruthless when it comes to these small teams, isn't it? So I think Man City should be dealing with them quite easily. Do you get what I'm saying? Sheffield United just don't have that quality to match up to them, innit?
Yeah.
Of course. Anyway. I agree, broski. I agree on that one. Kai, what were you saying,
bro? You know, I've been telling people about Ruben Diaz when he first signed to City. I know how good this guy is, and people like Prem with his stupid little head being like, "Oh, he's not that good. Gomez is a much better player." And now, how did that backfire with Liverpool being what? Are they back in the top 4? Anyway, man. Well, the fact is, man, Sheffield United. I don't know how this team plays in the Premier League, man. And the fact that if a top manager lose to Sheffield United, they deserve to have their UEFA badges dismissed, man. That's just for me. When people tell me, "Oh, Sarri lost 6-0 to Sheffield United," after Lampard lost 3-0 to this guy, he should have been sacked long time ago, man. That should have been a red flag. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
But Ahmad says that you're overhyping.
No. Diaz is very good. Diaz is good, very good. But yeah, I think it's a comfortable win for City. I think 3-4-0. Yeah. Sheffield United back to relegation where they belong. Hopefully they'll never play in the Premier League again after the season.
Send them back down.
Yeah.
Send them back down.
Jesus Christ.
What Monster says. Danny, Devil in the Details. What are you saying, my bro? Obviously, you're this is a game you're going to want Man City to lose, but can you see them losing to Sheffield United like you did?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
It's a layup for City. City are equipped to beat low block teams like this. It's going to be a 3-4-0 comfortable win. They're just equipped. They don't slip up against teams like this. They just don't. I like the fact Yannick brought up the point that Diaz has transformed that defense. I kept telling people about Pep. Pep does his best when he has the best players. It's just a fact. I don't think City are playing any more defensive. If anything, when you keep the ball, that's a form of defense. They just continue to keep the ball well. Diaz has transformed that defense. Stones has become a player I don't think anybody saw becoming this season.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I don't know how Yannicka feels about that, but I didn't see Stones being this consistent. You'd
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
Laporte. You imagine Laporte would have been the partner for Diaz, not Stones. So as usual with Pep, quality players, world class manager. Like defense wins titles, but they conceded 13 goals in the league.
You don't think their defense has been pushed back a little bit? Like they're not as. I don't know. There's something about their defense that's different.
You know what it is? City's intensity. Look, City don't do well generally. Look, they're not used to defending on the edge of their own box.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And the intensity of their pressing, which I've always said is not sustainable. This is the conversation when Pep arrived, right? Is this style of football sustainable? Or the possession style of football is sustainable, but the intensity of the press in the Premier League, when you add COVID and all that as well, that intensity is not there. So there are times when you see City, they've realized it now, where they're like, all right, fine, come attack us a little bit. Like, we don't have the intensity to keep pressing the way we used to. But when we get the ball, we'll just counter. And I count as lethal as anybody. So, you know, they're the best team in the league, as far as I'm concerned. They got the best coach in the league. When people said KDB's getting in, you're just going to hurt them. I'm like, really? They've got Bernardo Silva, who seems to be back to his best. Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, who I didn't think they said he'd replace David Silva, looking like he might do that, which surprised me a little bit. I have to put some respect on his name.
He's a top player.
Gundogan, am I right, Yannicka? He always has a purple patch a month or two every season, right? I don't know why people are surprised by him, especially against Man United. Whenever we play,
I ain't gonna lie, yeah. He was class at Dortmund.
He's a world-class player.
Yeah,
it's just because of his physical. He's got physical limits. The Pep rotates him, but when he gets that run, I've never seen Gundogan have a run in the City team. Yeah, but I've never seen him have a run in that team and play poorly. When Pep plays him back-to-back games and gives him a run, he performs.
Yeah.
He performs. As a United fan, I've experienced it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah, he's a big game player. Like, if you look at Gundogan, look at all of his goals. It's always against the top six or in the Champions League. That's when he scores his goals. He doesn't really score too much. I don't expect him to score against Sheffield. You know, he's a big game player. But he's just been unreal. Like, he has been good for a while. Like, I think the Champions League run last season, I don't think we lost a game. I think he played every single game. And I'm sure, I might be wrong, but I'm sure the first game that he missed or he didn't start was the Lyon game where we lost. Like, he's been really good for us. So I think he's a little bit underrated because he's one of them players. He's not a fancy footballer. You know, he scores some fantastic goals, but in general, he's not doing any of the fancy stuff that like Mahrez would do. Bernardo Silva, to be fair to him, always steps up when De Bruyne is out. He showed that in 18-19 back to back. So you have to give him ratings. But I think with Bernardo Silva, it's always been an issue of not playing week in, week out. And I think his form dips when he's in and out of the squad. Whereas now when he's kind of in the squad, he should be all right. I'm hoping that we can deal without De Bruyne. And then when De Bruyne comes back, he just gives us an extra boost. But City, I think City show up when they've been ruled out. And I think the minute we got ruled out the title race, because that Chelsea game, people were saying if City don't win this, they're not going to win the league. And I think that kind of gave us the boost that we need. So.
Yeah, we've done that for many teams this season, yeah. We've done it for Arsenal, we've done it for Man City. So,
you're not special, we're just shit.
I think City are about to go clear, by the way. They're not. I don't see them dropping points in the next 4 or 5 matches. Honestly, I think you're going to go clear.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't want to hear you Liverpool fans celebrate.
Just a quick point.
Go.
Just a quick point though on the Gundogan thing. I think one thing for me though is that, and I always like to try and look at things holistically. Like, think about it. It's no coincidence that the season everyone's given Gundogan his ratings is the year that he has. I believe in the Premier League, this is his highest goal tally. He's got 7 goals. The highest he had before that was 6 goals, and he spent about 5 years at the club now. So it's no coincidence that he's now getting the ratings because the stats are now saying he should get the ratings. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I personally wouldn't say world class, but obviously anyone who knows me, my world class criteria is quite strict anyway. But I do think he was a player that had the ability to get there, and I think what he's done is he's taken a step in the right direction because he's filling the shoes of players who normally get the goals or get the assists and whatnot, and he's taken it. He's basically taken the mantle and said, "I'm going to be the main man now." And that's good on him, basically.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think he's
Go
in a
on.
more. Sorry, I was just going to say, I think he's playing in a slightly more attacking role this season because normally he's kind of DM and he has to kind of sit back in the midfield. Like Pep likes his defensive midfielders to kind of free up the ball for the attacking players. So normally he wouldn't be expected to make that sort of run or something like that. Whereas this season he seems to have a little bit more freedom in that role. I think he gets it in Europe because of the way the Champions League is set up. There's a lot more space in the Champions League to kind of express yourself, basically. And I think that's why historically he's been better in the Champions League for us than he has been in the league. But this season he's getting the space and he's a quality player. But, you know, City are a team and they work together. So I'm never too worried about it, to be honest. Even when we don't play too well.
I think I think Man City will win it quite comfortably. I'm not going to do them too much. I think you guys summed it up perfectly. But I do think Man City will win the league. I do think they'll probably win 3-4-0. And they'll move on and they'll continue like that. It's going to be interesting to see how you do against, you know, some of the harder teams in the next fixtures that you've got in the next 5. But overall, I think Man City are on fire at the moment. We're going to jump on Chelsea and Burnley because I know Monster's going to have to shoot in a bit as well. And then we'll go back to the Man United and Arsenal game as well. So we're going to start with Monster. Monster, it's a big game for us, really, isn't it? We need to start getting some points, man. So what are your views on this game, bro?
Yeah, you're right. We need to start getting some points. We need to start getting some wins. I'm hoping, obviously, Tuchel can get a little more than what he got out of them the other day. I do think we should be winning this game. I'm not 100% worried. I'm not worried about it. I think we should win this game. I'm quite confident for Chelsea. I'm quite confident.
Fair enough. I mean, looking at it, we've got Burnley, and then we've got Spurs, and then we've got Sheffield United, Barnsley, Newcastle, and Southampton. I mean, they're all winnable games for Tuchel. Do you know what I mean? I think, Kai, what do you feel about our next sort of 5 games? You feeling comfortable in the terms of our new manager and him getting maximum points in these games?
Danny knows how much I wanted Tuchel, man. When he was announced, I literally, I'll tell you a funny story, man. Well, I was working. It was a normal Monday morning, right? I'm dealing with my obnoxious clients. Everything is fine, right? Somebody writes me on Instagram, and they're like, "Yo, Kai, do you know like Lampard was sacked?" I'm like, man, these people, man, the jokes are too early, man. It's too early. Then he's sent me like a screenshot from Matt Law. I'll make it short. Don't worry, Jim. I can see you getting annoyed. Anyway,
I'm right.
So I see Matt Law saying that Lampard was sacked and Tuchel is about to come in. I literally was on a call with a client. I just muted it and I was just punching in the air. That's how happy I was, man. With all due respect to Lampard, he was holding that team down like crazy, man. And I think Tuchel is gonna take this team to the next level. He had like 24 hours, and you can already see a pattern in the team. I think we just need to click on the way he attacks, and after that we'll start rolling in the wind. Because I am convinced that he's gonna take this Chelsea to the next level. The way that Odoi looks like a different player. I like the fact that he trusts in Odoi, that he Pulisic is smiling again, and you could see a lot of people saying it's Tuchel tactics. I would say it's a little bit a mix of Tuchel and the fact that the players that look a lot more happier to play, and I feel like they were kind of restrained under Lampard. They had, I don't know what issues they were in the background, but that's irrelevant. And I just think it's a different Chelsea, and I think I see us winning against Burnley quite comfortably as well. I think that the team just needed a little bit more time with the Tuchel, but yeah, man, I'm glad to see that Lampard is gone. People said that he came to unify, the fan base. The only thing he unified was my depression and my anxiety, man. So I am glad he's finally gone, And we go from here. We go from here.
Yeah, we move forward. I mean, Danny boy, looking at Chelsea, they're on 30 points, 20 games. Obviously, do you think we can still make that top 4? Looking at where Liverpool are at the moment and above, do you think Chelsea can still push on?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look. I don't know about you guys, but the game. When I see games in hand, it gives me anxiety. Like, I just hate the fact that teams have games over us, innit? And I just want them to get those games out of the way. But Like, look, one thing I'm going to give him credit for is he's come in and he's spoken very, very well. Spoke about the last regime, didn't dwell too much on it. Spoke about what we can expect of this regime and how to go about it, basically, what we can expect from this regime. And you have to give him credit because he's come into a difficult situation and he's been clear. He said, look, the title's out of reach. However, Chelsea require titles. So our title for this season is getting into that top four. Like, it's paramount. We need to get back into that top four. And when I look at teams above us, like Everton, Tottenham, West Ham, teams that I know can go on bad runs of form, like, look, we just got to keep ourselves there or thereabout. I mean, Liverpool have injuries, little of injuries, and they will still drop points this season. Leicester as well, with that, they might not be as consistent as we think they might be. So we just have to do our own thing and take a bit of a page out of Man City's book. Man City drew one, I believe it was 1-1 to West Brom, and they drew 1-1 with West Brom, and everyone was saying, yeah, they won't win league, it's all done, da-di-da-di-da, but then they just went on a nice little games, a nice little run of them, and they win their games. We just need to do that as well. Nice little run of games and win our games.
Yeah, I agree. I think we just need to win now on. We need to get maximum points. We can't afford to drop points. We even need to beat Spurs. I know we've got Spurs in our second game. We need to go there and win. Like, we have to win every game for me moving forward now, like, and get maximum points. But devil in the details. Obviously, Lampard's gone. Tuchel's in. Tell me, do you think you're going to see this massive change in Chelsea and a bit of a Champions League charge now?
Well, the first thing that springs to mind is Lampard beat Burnley 3-0, didn't he, Kai?
He did, yes,
so
he did.
Tuchel has to. Listen, if you look at Burnley right this season, they're never an easy game or a comfortable game for anybody. There are a few games where they've lost by 1 goal or more, but more often than not, they're losing by 1 goal. So
yes,
I
true.
expect Chelsea to win, but there's going to be frustrating moments where you can see the team know what Tuchel wants. They're trying to implement it, and there's going to be periods in the game where it's difficult. And I feel like having Wolves and Burnley back to back is just one of the. On paper, you think it's an easy start, but it's really not.
It's not.
These are well organized teams that are going to fight for everything, regardless of their form. And Burnley have, I think they've won the last 2 games. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game at all. I expect Chelsea to win, but I think it's going to be a tough one. I don't think it's good. I'd be surprised if they just spanked Burnley 3-0 the way you guys did at the back end of October when you beat them 3-0. I'd be surprised if that happens. But I expect Chelsea. Chelsea need to win this game. You can't lose further round in the top 4 race. You're 10 points from United, and we just lost to Sheffield United. So Arsenal on your heels. How that's happened, I've got no idea. But so I expect a Chelsea win, but a tough one.
Yeah, Jan, what are your thoughts on Chelsea and how they've sort of dealt with Lampard and got rid of him, and what do you expect from Chelsea moving forward? Do you still think they're top 4 contenders or not? You're muted.
Still muted.
Still muted.
Yeah, I was trying to press the mute button and it closed the page. But yeah, I think they will get top 4. I agree with the whole, if they stay there and thereabouts, I think they'll overcome the teams that are above them at the moment. But yeah, I know obviously Lampard got sacked, but I kind of did expect it because I know Chelsea are quite ruthless. If you can win the Champions League and get sacked not long after, there's not really, there's no reason for them to hold on to Lampard, legend or not. So I'm not surprised he got sacked. But I know Chelsea drew the other day, but they did look better, sort of, especially in the way they were going forward and stuff. So I think it'll click into place. The quality that you've got in your team, I think, is too good to kind of finish outside the top 4. But it is a hard fight this season because there's so many teams that are up there. It's not. I think usually there's sort of 2 fantastic teams who are in the title race, and then 2 that are just about good enough to get top 4. But this season, there's a good 5 or 6 teams who could make top 4 easily.
I mean, you look at that. Who would like to predict who's going to finish in the top 4 from where Chelsea are in 8th to Man City at first? Look how well all the teams are playing. Even West Ham. I know West Ham will probably be a bit out of it, but you've got Tottenham, Everton playing well. Leicester are on fire. Liverpool slowly creeping back up. Man United on great form. Man City running away with it. You just couldn't predict it, could you, right now? I wouldn't want to bet on anything looking at it.
It's tough, man. It's tough to predict.
That top 4 you see there's a top 4 that's going to be at the end of the season, to be honest.
You think?
Mm-hmm. I do.
No, it's a big gap.
Leicester aren't going to go away this season. If that's what
Yeah, maybe not this season.
What's Monster's slogan? Pray for the rivals. You better pray on Leicester's downfall. Honestly,
Do you know it is because I was telling people earlier on before Lampard was sacked. I was saying at the end, the reason why we were able to, or would you say Chelsea snuck in, or would you say Man United? So whichever way you spin it, was because obviously Leicester. Sionchu got that silly red card against Bournemouth where they were winning 1-0 and they ended up losing 4-1. Obviously Pereira got injured. Chilwell and Maddison got injured at the end of the season as well. So freak things like that ain't gonna happen a second season in a row. So it's gonna be very hard to displace Leicester. Very, very hard.
Do you know what it is as well? Look, they're 9 points ahead, and the way I look at it, even if they have a downturn in form, right? So you guys have to have like go on a run where you're winning 4, 5, 6, 7 matches in a row, probably to catch them up. During that period, you have to allow them having some poor form, but then they'll recover and then go again. So if you guys can't afford a dip for a long period.
Not
and
at
the
all.
difficulty you guys have now is you have to have that consistent form in the Premier League while the Champions League comes back. So it's tough.
It is tough.
Belshon says no, Monster. Bournemouth are winning 2-1. Then Soinju got red. Is what
I do think I think Leicester were winning 1-0 at some point. I can't even remember what happened in it. But are Leicester not in Europe as well? Am I bugging?
They're in Europa League.
Are they not in the Europa League?
Yeah, in the Europa League. Yeah, they are.
So they could end up getting.
They are.
So they can end up.
But it depends on how Rodgers could sacrifice that competition.
He could.
You know what I mean?
He could.
Like Tuchel can't sacrifice the champion.
Well,
you know what's funny, Jim? I thought Monster was going to say. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna win the Champions League anyway. And I'm like, Monster, you better not say that again, man. The pray for the rival was bad enough, man.
You know what, Clive? You've got a lot of your players will be very comfortable in that competition, more comfortable than the Premier League, to be honest.
Yeah. Looking at the next game,
man.
so we're talking about Leicester anyway. We might as well just jump on it very, very quickly. Leicester have got Leeds. Leicester are in third, 20 games played, 39 points, and Leeds we're at Leeds, 12th, with a game in hand still on 26 points. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, lost 2. So I'm going to start with Devil in the Details. What are you saying about this game, bro?
Listen, I think Leeds are going to sink into a relegation battle. I've watched pretty much every live Leeds game this season, and as the games go by, they're becoming less and less effective going forward. Their players look a little bit jaded. I expect Leicester to spank them, to be honest with you. I think Leicester are going to beat them 3-4-0. And I think that this is going to be the start of Leeds tumbling down the table. I don't think they're going to get relegated, but I think it's this Bielsa praise. I understand it, but they're just they're one-dimensional. I've never seen a team so one-dimensional in my life. Nothing but praise because they play attacking football.
Do you not think Bielsa is? Do you not think Bielsa is just a Pep Guardiola? Or Guardiola just has more quality.
Pep Guardiola on a budget, man. That's what I call him.
Until recently, Guardiola obviously started implementing more, defensive play into his game. But for years, Guardiola was doing exactly. And remember, Guardiola did learn from Bielsa as well.
Yeah, he loves Bielsa. He does love Bielsa. He's got quotes from him on his office.
He was doing exactly what Bielsa was doing for years and years and years.
You know what? But do you know what the truth is about Bielsa? Like,
Go. Who's gone?
Go on. Who's gone, Dan? Everyone the details. Go on, and then we'll do Dan after. Go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he'd be a great attacking coach under a more pragmatic manager or somebody who's got more to their repertoire than just attacking football. Because that's all he has is attacking football. No adjustments, no compromise, one style, one way, and he's doing it with a limited squad and players who are at best decent. But don't get me wrong, he's a great coach. That's undeniable. But I just think Leicester are going to beat them. They're going to beat them 3-4-0, and they will get into a relegation battle, but they'll survive for me. But yeah, this is the start of Leeds tumbling down the table for me.
Cool. Dan?
Yeah, no, look, there's no doubt about it that Bielsa's a quality coach, and everyone hit the nail on the head, really. But I personally think he's overrated. I think there's too much fanfare around him. I talk a lot with Jordan on TalkSport, and he always grills Leeds, and he gets Leeds fans calling him every name under the book. And it's because there's this idea that Leeds are this great side because they play this great brand of football. Let's really break it down. It's a one size fits all. Doesn't change. No plan B. If they're losing, they're losing. Like there's no form of coming back in a game like that. He literally sticks to that style. I don't know how he got nominated for best of the year. It's actually a disgrace if we really want to call it that. And I think when you look at Leeds, they're a team where next season I'd actually predict them to go down, because it's no coincidence that people were getting onto Karen Carney for saying that they get jaded towards the end of the season. And really and truly, if you deep her logic has always been Leeds at the top of the championship for so long, and then when it gets to the crunch time, last 2 months, because they're so tired because of the brand of football they play, and if you deep it, they play the same players. There's barely any rotation. And if there is rotation, it's the same substitutions. It's the same guys that come in. Like, they get tired towards the end of the season. They could easily find themselves in a relegation battle if they ain't careful. And that's my point with Bielsa. Like, comparing him to Pep, obviously I know Pep gives him so much credit. Go on.
I was gonna say, like, the reason why he gets all these awards and blah blah, because there's this stigma that is the way football is supposed to be played. When Mourinho, they label Mourinho's football anti-football. Even when he was winning things, they were labeling it anti-football. Like, this is not football, innit? So with Bielsa's, I would live and die. With Bielsa's attitude is, I will live and die by this attacking football, innit? And to his detriment. To his detriment. And also, you got to say, one thing I would say is that Bielsa doesn't. If Bielsa had Pep's quality of players, you never know where he could have got, because he did well with Chile. He at the World Cup, I remember, with Arturo Vidal and what's it called, Sanchez and all them, man.
Yeah.
So maybe if he did have a better squad, maybe he could have got somewhere. You never know. Maybe he could have done a Pep. If Bielsa had that Barcelona team, maybe he could have won the Champions League as well.
Why hasn't he had a better squad?
You know why
Why
I
aren't the
dispute
big? Why
that,
aren't the big teams?
They have.
Danny, I can tell you.
They have. Barcelona.
Sorry, I was going to say he prefers being the underdog, because I don't think seasoned pros who are winners at the top level would accept just the fact that all he wants to do is attack. There's no adjustments. There's no adaptability. Those are two things you can't say about Pep. Pep's evolved from Barcelona to where he's.
And not only that, Danny,
evolved a lot.
Not only that, he
hasn't evolved. It's the same football I saw at Bilbao. Exactly the same.
Exactly. And not only that, with Bielsa, he wants full control. He doesn't. With Barcelona, the control he wants, he's not going to get that Barcelona.
Yeah, good luck getting that to the big club, man.
He turned Barcelona down. Before Barcelona hired, who did they hire recently? What's his name?
Koeman, Ronald Koeman.
Yeah, Ronald Koeman. They had actually offered a job to Bielsa and he turned it down. Bielsa, you're never really going to see Bielsa at a big team, because he's not going to get the control he wants.
But do you say he rejected them because he wanted full control, or because Barcelona was basically going on a slide ride to bankruptcy?
I think
a lot of managers rejected Barcelona this season. It's not
he wants control as well. Like, a lot of these guys, the Bielsas, the Ralph Ragnicks, they don't just want managerial position. They want to be what Ferguson was at Man United. That's the type of guys they are. So if you're ever going to see them in management, the club they go to will give them that kind of control in it. Otherwise, they're not going to be managed.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see what he can do with like an actual budget and. Because I do like Bielsa's football. I think it's like Pep ball on steroids, man. But there is no consequences to what he does, which is an issue for big clubs. But I want to see, like, is he able to create that same, like, but better footballing philosophy in a big club, or is it just like he needs a small club and he doesn't care if he loses?
I will not be happy.
That's what it is.
I will not be happy with winning. I will not be happy with winning 3-0 1 week and against someone the next week. Like that is not on at all.
It's not good enough.
Not on.
No, it's
There
not.
needs
It's
to
no
be some
but
sort of
structure to it.
adjustment
that
there.
could
It
be
doesn't have.
Yeah, but
that
look
could
at the
only happen
team.
due to the squad quality,
Look
though.
at the
That's not
team he's
like
got. Yeah, you have to look at
yeah.
the squad, man. That squad is not that good.
That's what I'm saying. If he has better quality players, because it's kind of like the way City play. Like everyone said when Pep came, they wouldn't be able to play like that. But when you've got defenders like Ruben Diaz, you know you can have 90% of the ball. Do you know what I mean? So he could play that
Yeah.
way. I think with the lead squad, they've not got the quality all round to kind of keep it tight at the back whilst pushing forward. So I think if he had more money and he had a better squad, he could maybe
Yeah.
get
You
more
know what I'd
success.
say as well, though.
All right,
Like,
fair
if
enough.
he had more, if he
Very
managed a
quick.
big team, you got
Go
managing
on.
a top football club. You have to be more than a coach.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You have to. There's a lot of things that go into it. Especially imagine if he was managing a Chelsea. It's not just coaching. There's other things you have to deal with, and he doesn't want those problems. He just wants to coach, be an underdog with groups of players who
Yeah,
love the fight.
yeah.
I've got a manager who just
Yeah.
wants me to attack. This is great. At the top level, it's going to be a bit more. You need a bit more nuance on that for me.
I'm going to move on sharp because we're just over an hour. We've still got 2 more games to do after this one. I know this one's going to split some opinions as well. So Arsenal, Man United, devil in the details. Big game
Arsenal.
for you guys. You haven't got a great record against Arsenal at the Emirates, as we know.
Do you want
Obviously,
to know
you
why?
need to win.
Because, Jem, we
Go on.
play the occasion. There's nothing I can't stand more as somebody who's grown up with this rivalry, hearing about the game back in 01, 02, 03, Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane. Like, that was the past. Right now, their team's bang average. We have a superior football team, but our players go into this game playing the history of the fixture. Play against Arsenal and treat them like the mid-table team that they are, because that's what they are. And for me, I've got nothing more to say than we have to win this game. No, honestly, we have to win this game. It's as simple as
Love
that.
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
accepting nothing
Look-
less, no excuses.
Look
Like,
at
we have to beat them. Simple as that.
We know how much you love Arsenal, Danny.
you have to.
Yeah, no, we
You have to.
beat
But
them.
I think Arsenal. I think Arsenal are favourites. If you look at their recent run of form and their
They're
record
not
at home,
favourite against
I actually-
United,
I-
man.
I
Come
actually
on,
think
bro.
I actually think
Jem.
they've got a mental
Jem.
lock on them at the
Jem.
moment. If you know what I
Jem,
mean. Go on.
you could be right, but I don't care. We need to win the game. You
Yeah,
have to
I
beat
hear you. Look at
And
look
not
at
only that,
Arsenal's
their
next 5
fans,
games as well. Go on.
especially Jem, we're having that conversation the other day, bro. The hyenas, they're Arsenal
Yeah.
fans, mate. Yeah, they're Arsenal fans. Yeah, we know what they're going to be like if they win this game. We know what they're going to be like. I ain't got time for that.
And if they lose as well, we know what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like find excuses. It's the ref, it's the rain, it's the grass.
Yeah, Arsenal fans are
The usual Arsenal things,
The
man.
win.
they're unbearable, man. I know people say Chelsea or this and
Oh
that.
no,
But Arsenal fans
Kai,
are the
Kai,
most
it's-
unbearable.
it was the energies that took the ball into the goal for United. That's what they're going to say.
Yeah. Arsenal fans, you're parasites. That's what you are, man.
Arsenal
Kai,
fans are-
I'm going to come on to you next as you're talking about them so much. Man
Yeah.
United, Arsenal. Who are you going with?
I have never in my entire life thought I would want Arsenal to win a game, man. But you know, if for some miracle Arsenal do beat United, it gets us, and we beat Burnley, it gets us a little bit closer to them. So it kills me, man, because I can't stand Arsenal, man. I can't stand Arsenal, man.
best
I can't
thing's a
stand them.
draw.
I can't stand the club. I can't stand the fans. I can't stand
Yeah,
the
I
ugly
agree,
ass kid.
Monster.
But at the end of the day, it's like business is business, and I do want Chelsea to get back into the top 4, and United is head and shoulders above us, and
Kai,
hopefully that will lower them a little bit.
the best thing that can happen for Chelsea is a draw in this
It's a
game.
draw.
You do know that, don't you? We need
You
a
say
draw
that,
massively.
you
The
say
Monster
that.
did it.
You say that, but Arsenal aren't even like Arsenal are the same points as us. So if they do win and we do win, I'm more worried about United in the long run than I am of Arsenal, because I do know Arsenal will fall down. United are tricky, man. Like 1 minute they could have a run and we could have a run, and then I would prefer Arsenal to win that one, man.
Yeah, I
Just
hear
based
you.
on
I
the
hear you,
fact that
Monster.
Arsenal are inconsistent,
Yeah,
What are you saying, my bro?
chilling, man.
What are you saying about this game? That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
shit. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I love Monster, man. He cracks me up. I swear.
What's it called? It's gonna be a good game. I would rather if I was to choose a team who I would rather win, it would be Man United. Like I just can't stand Arsenal. I can't stand them because we all know that if they were to win, you know the noise they're gonna
Never
make.
hear of. It's like they won the league, man.
Yeah, you know the noise they're gonna make. Like with them, they don't have no choice, no chance of winning a trophy anymore this season. So they you know the pride of their season is gonna be them beating teams, beating the other teams with large fan bases, so they can just get us. You know what I mean? So just for pride as well, you gotta beat Arsenal just for the pride of it, man. Do you get what I mean? Just
Yeah.
for the
Yo,
pride.
Jem, have you ever watched them geo documentaries when hyenas surround a lion and they make up pure noise?
Can we go into this? Are we going into
Hey,
this right now?
guys, I gotta get out of here though. Yeah, I'll see
Monster,
you guys later.
appreciate you,
Take care,
bro.
man. Take care.
Take care of yourself,
Big
my
up,
man.
big up,
See you later.
both Danny's. Big up Yannicka, big up Kai as well, man. My guy.
Take care, bro. Take care.
And Gem GNA TV. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, people. Monster CFC
Appreciate
is
it.
out. Peace.
See you later, Monster, bro. Take care.
See you later.
Yep.
bro.
But Danny, you're 100%, man. That Arsenal fans have no shame, man. When they lose, they're nowhere to be seen. When they win, they're everywhere, man. Like I said, like parasites. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans, but that's what you are, man. Accept it.
Yo, KJ, we need those good vibes tomorrow, mate. We need those good vibes. Was the game on Sunday?
KJ, if you're about, bro, just drop me a message and I'll drop you the link. Yeah, let me know if
Is
you.
that Sunday or
if you're free.
Saturday?
I'm
Jem?
coming.
Is it Sunday? The game?
You are playing on tomorrow, isn't it? Is it tomorrow? Let's have a
Oh,
look.
please
It's
be
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
5:30. Tomorrow night,
Saturday,
5:30.
Sundays, man.
Jan, obviously,
Yeah.
Man United looking at the table, are breathing down your necks. They are a game in. Obviously, you've got a game in hand against them. They're on 40 points. They're on good form, as you know, as well. So,
Yeah.
who are you expecting to win? I'm assuming you want Arsenal to win, but who are you expecting to win is more the question.
Ooh, I think United have to win it. So even though Arsenal are at home, I don't know if their home form's been as good this season. I'm expecting Man United to win. I hope not. I would obviously want Arsenal to win based on the table. But yeah, I think at best it'll be a draw, I think. The problem that they've got is both teams won't want to lose. Arsenal are not going to want to lose and let Chelsea kind of get away from them again and, maybe slip further down the table depending on other results. Man United can't afford to lose. So it's one of them games where I think it could end in a draw because they're both trying not to lose and not really taking the risk to go out and win it. So it could be a draw, but I think Man United have got the quality to win games. So I think it'll be United win, but I hope not.
I hear you. A second. I think KJ's joining us if he comes in. Dan, are you still there?
He's muted.
Yeah.
He's muted, isn't he?
And
All right, let's bring in KJ. Big up,
Come with the
KJ.
vibes, my bro.
How you doing, my man?
Listen, this game, yeah. Oh man, I'm vexed. I'm vexed about this game.
Are you bringing your
Hey.
judge here, bruv?
What judge? But listen. I'll tell people I ain't got no judge, bro. I ain't got no judge. I can just predict when the judge is about to kick in. And again, it's one of them games where the judge is gonna kick in, fam. Like I predict a draw, bro. I predict a draw. We haven't beat Arsenal in the league for years. We haven't beat Arsenal at the Emirates for years. You know what I'm saying? The Arsenal judge will just kick in again, and them man will just be gassed. And that's just I can't have it.
KJ, you have your own judge as well.
We get them. I'm sure we
can't have it, gal. Talking. No, we need to silence these man. I just feel like it's gonna be a draw. Like I honestly do.
And the thing is, KJ, you need to beat him because if you look at the table at the moment, right, you're sitting in second. You've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1 out of your 5 games. Your game, all right, Man City, we've got a game in hand against you. Winning this game would bring you obviously back up top. I expect Man City to beat Sheffield United, unlike you guys, to be fair, but you still need to keep the pressure on. Do you know what I mean?
Look at that goal difference for them as well. Jesus.
Sorry, guys. That's the thing that really actually annoys me. Like, should have just got those 3 points in the bag against Sheffield United. Then, to some extent, we're playing with what they say is house money going up against Arsenal.
How did you lose that game, Danny? I watched that game. I don't know how you guys lost it, man.
Kai,
I honestly
you know
don't know
what it is? This is the thing, Kai. There's sometimes when your team is playing, after about half an hour, we're not going to find it. Whatever it is we don't have today, we're not going to find it. We were saying it we trust me, we knew. United fans deep down knew after half an hour.
Yeah. Me and Danny called it from time. It's like it's not happening. You
Like,
can
you
see
know,
it.
I
You
hit
still
up,
don't
you know,
think you're going to win the league, though?
We never was
We
going
never
to win the
said
league
that.
in the first
We never
place, bro.
said
You know what I
Oh
mean?
man,
KJ
look
never
at
said
the
that.
sadness in KJ's voice, man. Jesus.
No,
Listen,
listen. I was
Prem, don't
enjoying.
associate us with those gas merchants who were screaming 21, because that
Yeah,
was not me
I
and
know,
KJ.
Danny. I know.
Yeah, listen, I was enjoying the jokes and the banter, yeah, of just being on top because we wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. You know when you end up in a club, yeah, and you have no business being in there, but you end up getting Gyal. That was basically United. We had no business being in the club, but we got Gyal, fam. So you're like, all right, cool, isn't it? Let's go. But what you call it? Listen, we weren't meant to win the league this season. We weren't even meant to be second this season. We were supposed to be doing what we should be doing, which is progressing, getting better, getting more points. KJ, sorry, KJ.
Can I ask him something really quick, Danny? Can I ask him?
I'll be quick. I have to
go ahead.
interject, and the reason why I have to do that is because, look, at the end of the day, I understand what Man United fans say in terms of the fact that they've not been progressing the way they wanted to. But not gonna lie, look, it's an indictment on your players because at the end of the day, look, Leicester don't have Vardy, Man City don't have KDB. You've been going on a good run of form. You've beaten good teams, and you've been a settled side. Like, look, how many years has it been since Fergie left? And Man United fans either talk about a rebuild, either talk about not having the players that they wanted, either talk about the system's not good enough or the manager's not good enough. Look, they expected Chelsea to compete for the league, yeah, after spending this 200 million, this thing where no one wanted to look at the context around it. Everyone just wanted to say 200 million was spent, Lampard was backed, he needs to compete for the league. As if it's a simple equation like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And my point to United is, when are you going to be ready then? Because you spent over £1 billion in transfer.
Yo, listen, Daniel. I hear you, Sam.
When are you going to be ready?
We're also asking that question because remember who we got in charge. You want to call about context, yeah? Look at the Wallads we have in charge of our club. Look at the money we have spent on the dead players that have not made it at Manchester United.
The chipmunk Woodward.
We literally been here.
If you're honest though, obviously I can, with hindsight, you can call transfers poor players, but the players you bought, can you call them poor when you bought them?
Oh, okay. You know what? KJ, let me. KJ,
You gotta think about this, Daniel.
Go on.
What due diligence have we really taken on our players that we bought? We bought in Schneiderlin,
yeah.
We brought in over the hills. We brought in Schweinsteiger. We brought in Marcus Rojo with no pedigree, bruv. We brought in Darmian. What did he do before that? We brought Depay in too early. Maturity wasn't there. We bought Di Maria, who didn't even want to be in Manchester. We look at
it's true.
Let me provide some more context to that.
Your question about when we'll be ready to win the league we will be ready once Woodward is out of the position that he's in.
So never.
So basically, never. Yes, like never. Until this brother's gone, we ain't going to be challenging for the league for a while, unless by some miracle he happens to stumble upon some good players, and then it works. It's just hope. That's all we got as United fans, really, with these men in charge.
Yeah, it's not hope. It's not hope. Do you know what KJ's done?
It's kind of sad, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Your question, yeah.
Yeah.
See what he did there? He listed all the players that we bought under LVG. Do you want to know why he's done that subconsciously? That's the last time Woodward actually backed a manager and allowed him to change a team. That's the problem.
Okay.
So then we hire Mourinho, and on paper, yes, Matic, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku. So we buy Lukaku. He needs a winger. It's common sense. If you buy a striker like Lukaku, he needs a winger. We don't have wingers. I need Perisic. Nah, doesn't fit the profile of the club. He's this age, doesn't have enough followers on social media, blah, blah, blah. Since LVG, they push back on managers. And that's the problem. Look at Pep. He's been able to rebuild a team completely. Look at Liverpool. That first 11, for the most part, completely different. Even Chelsea. The one thing I love about Chelsea, me and Jim and Kai have spoken about this, you'll rebuild a team independent of a manager. All right, we're going to change the 11. We're going to recycle players quickly. Bakayoko don't work, no problem. Within 1 year, you're going out on loan, bro. We've still got Marcus Rojo as a player. Why? Phil Jones.
Jones is still here, bro.
I think you guys just need a good director of football. You don't have a director of football.
Kai, let me land on this one. It's 2021. We've got remnants right? Ollie inherited remnants of Sir Alex Ferguson's squad: Young, Valencia, Phil Jones, Marcus Rojo, Chris Smalling, etc., etc. A few bits of LVG squad and the Herrera. One sprinkle of David Moyes in one matter because he was signed by David Moyes.
And Fellaini was there too, bro.
And Fellaini, and he inherited Mourinho's players. That's what Ollie inherited. A sprinkle of this, a sprinkle of that. Players who have been here far too long.
You know what United squad is? It's basically Korean ramen noodles, man. It's just a mixture of other different things and not really one dish.
It is.
I love that guy.
Until we've got a squad, you can truly say the manager has built together. We will not be ready. And
I feel bad for him, man, for Ole, because I do think he's a good manager, man. And a lot of people just scapegoat him when in reality that squad is not even his. I would be surprised if there's more than 1 or 2 players that he actually wanted. So it's not fair to judge him like so ruthlessly when he's doing all right with the squad that he has, which is basically a mixture of different manager squads.
And to KJ's point about Woodward, Claire run at Grealish, he plays for Aston Villa. We dropped the ball on that. Claire run at Sancho, we dropped the ball on it. Like you're wondering how long are we gonna wait? Well, when Woodward goes, let's say maybe then we can really say, you know what, things are looking better. And all the people that disrespect Ollie, right? This is where the contradiction comes in, right? System managers need specific players for their system. They don't impose a system on players. That never works, right? You need the right profile of player if you're a system manager. Good luck, Woodward, getting you the right players for a particular system. Woodward is the problem.
Yeah, he is. Woodward is the problem.
There's a reason why KJ has come up and he's the leader of the resistance because he knows who the real enemy is. It's not.
I think anyone with a bit of common sense would know that the issue at Manchester United is the board because it's been proven for a very long time now. Same crap with Arsenal. Same issue as Arsenal have is what the same issue as Manchester United have in terms of their board, and it is what it is. But we need to move on, boys, because we're pushing it big time. West Ham v Liverpool.
Pretty there like Yannicka with a club who just give the manager everything he wants. Need a centre back. Give me a centre back. Here you go. Yeah. Here's one. Here's a centre back. Here's a full.
You know what it is with City though?
There's another full back.
City is well run from the top down. Like City, every
They got that oil money, isn't they?
No, it's not even the oil money. It's
even
they're literally a well-oiled machine. Facts.
Yeah.
How much money Man United has spent? They're not world apart. Not.
You know why that is? Because United are trying to play a football club run by the football club without having the most important ingredient, which is the director of football. Yeah. They're just trying to have a shareholder control everything, which is not working.
Yeah, and this is why I hate Man City, bruv. Because it's not just the fact that you guys are good and you come from nowhere. It's not just the money. It's the fact that you're also sick all across the board. Your women's team,
chairman is unreal. He's unreal.
Your youth team stadium, your women's team stadium, your training complex, your freaking structure of your club. It pisses me off, man.
KJ, welcome to the House of Vibes, bro.
Do you know what's mad about Man City? Do you know what's mad about Man City? You can actually get a season ticket of Man City for £250 a season. Like,
it's so good. This is what I mean about this club, man.
Your season ticket is still available. That's what's
Chelsea. You can't even get the kit for that, man.
I'm still on the list.
People.
It's only a certain amount of people. Like mine is one of the most expensive, and it's like £800. And that's one of the most.
I don't even want to know. It makes me feel sick. Yeah, honestly, if you would know what the prices are for Chelsea, trust me.
Jim, you remember when they made that FA Cup, the FA Cup kit, the special edition one? And they sold it for like £120 a piece, man.
I know it's ridiculous.
Chelsea is even the worst because at least you win things. Tottenham's the worst.
Arsenal were bad.
You know what Tottenham is? Tottenham is the Tesco value Chelsea, man. That's what they are.
Listen to this, listen to this. Manchester United bought out a special edition jumper, not kit, not tracksuit, nothing. Special edition jumper, for £150. Jumper.
Did they really? That's mad.
Yes.
Yeah.
A jumper, bro. £150.
To be honest, to be honest,
Go on,
because
Jan. You finish up, and then we're going to move on to Liverpool. Go on.
yeah, no,
Go
I
on.
was just gonna say, in terms of that, like Man City season tickets always sold out. So if you don't go to football, just say you don't go to football. You don't need to come on making dumb comments. But anyway, I think like the thing is the way it works, I can't remember what I was saying now. That's yeah.
This is what.
No, but
Watch your mind,
you know
bro.
what's funny? You know what's funny? You say that you buy a season ticket for like £250. At Chelsea, you don't even get fucking delivery if you buy for £250.
No,
from the
you
mega
don't.
store,
No,
man.
you don't. You don't. I don't want to get into it, Kai.
Yeah. That's a
I think, to be honest, with kits and stuff, I think everyone has that problem because it's not set by the club; it's set by Nike or whoever's sponsoring you. Because City's kits are expensive as well,
and their ass as well. Your kits are terrible, bro.
Who?
I don't like
Anyway,
the Puma
people,
kits. I
let's
actually like the Puma kits, especially the third one for them. It's quite nice.
Let's move on. Let's move on. We've got West Ham v Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool with the great win against Spurs yesterday has pushed them up to 37 points, 20 games played. You know, they're back, is what everyone's saying. West Ham are playing very, very well when you look at it, sitting in fifth, you know, again on 20 games on 35 points. Beating Liverpool would put them above them in fourth, which is mad.
Yeah.
When you look at it like that. KJ,
David fucking
do you
Moyes
think,
as well.
do you think,
Jesus Christ.
do you think Liverpool are back? Do you think Liverpool are back? And do you think Liverpool
Yeah,
will still
man. Like,
retain
listen, when you got teams like Liverpool and Man City, yeah, they'll go through their dip, but as soon as they sniff form, it's done. It is done. Like Man City didn't sniff form until how many months ago, and now look at them. Them man are just they're gonna win the league. Like I've just accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool is again one of those teams. As soon as they sniff form, it's done. Like they will go on a charge. They'll secure top four, probably get second. It's just peak. And West Ham, they're doing great. Anyhow, these men beat Liverpool before United, yeah, in the league. I'm gonna be make me feel sick.
Jim.
Seeing Moisey successful, yeah, is just frustrating because it's just like
why?
You know, it's not in terms of I don't like him. It's just how, bro. Like he's one of those managers that if he got sacked from West Ham again, he will find a club easy. And I don't know why, bro.
No. You're being disrespectful to David Moyes. Listen, this guy was the Everton manager for 10 years and punched above his weight the entire time. Kept them in the top 6, top 8 when there was a top 4, not even a top 6 like we have now. He's a good Premier League manager, no more, no less. A better one than the Sam Allardyces, the Alan Pardew's who we don't see anymore, thank God. Those are the guys you really should be. When you say that, those are the guys I think about, KJ. The Alan Pardew's, the Steve Bruce's, Sam Allardyce, they're the guys. Like David Moyes is reminding everybody he was a very, very good manager before he took that Manchester United job, had a bit of a hangover, and he's recovered. And I think he's recovered. Like I think West Ham will get a draw with Liverpool tomorrow. They've been in amazing form. I think they've won the last 7 games in all competitions. I think Liverpool are back, but even the Liverpool in great form, West Ham away in this current form, is still a difficult match. So
yeah, I respect
looking at
this
game.
What he's doing this season. Obviously, he found his new Fellaini, man, like Sergeant Suchek and that. You know what I'm saying? Man, doing the business doesn't mean I have to like it. You know what I'm saying? Respect to him. But I don't have to like it in it, and I
KJ, what are you expecting the score to be, bro? West Ham, Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool, just a tight game.
Fair enough. We're going to move on to Danny. Dan, what are you saying?
Yeah, no. Do you know what? And that's why it's actually good to have these opinions, and that's why we do these shows. I actually disagree with I have reservations about saying Liverpool are back because let's be honest. That Tottenham game. A team that attacks that Liverpool team, and it would have been a better game. Tottenham didn't attack. Tottenham didn't do anything in that game. If you check the XG, and I hate XG, like I think it's one of the stupidest stats ever. But
don't let David hear you, man.
XG is relevant for that game, and I think Tottenham's XG in that game was like 0.23 or something stupid like that. Which shows. Look, I mean, I love Mourinho, and everyone who knows me knows that Mourinho is my goat. But look, that team is regressing, and if they do not win the trophy, regardless of who they're playing Man City in the League Cup final. If they do not win it, like Tottenham fans are going to implode. You're already seeing them on the TL saying this football is terrible. I'd rather not win with good football under Pochettino than not win with this style of football with Mourinho. And of course, like it makes sense. But look, Liverpool for me, No centre back still. West Ham, you got Antonio. That's not someone you want going up against guys who should not be playing centre back. Like Antonio is one of them guys who doesn't look good on the eye, but he gets the job done. Souček as well. Who's gonna handle Souček when he plays that long ball? And Souček is sticking on Trent or sticking on Robertson, sticking on the out on the weak link in the air. Who's gonna stick on Souček? And the thing about Moyes is that once he gets his players playing for him, they believe in the system. Just like the Everton team. I think one of the biggest weaknesses was that, you know, when you go to the bigger club, not necessarily believing in the system. That's why when we were talking about Bielsa and the reservations I had about that better players argument is better players might not believe in the gun-ho pressing for 100 minutes. So that's what I'd say. But West Ham, I think, is a dangerous test for Liverpool. And if Liverpool
Don't
come out of this,
underestimate them. Don't.
yeah,
literally. You can't underestimate them, Dan. If you look at their form, at the moment, right? 20 games, won 10, drawn 5, lost 5. It's not that far away. And look at their form in the last 5 games. They've won 4 and they've drawn 1. They haven't lost in like over 5 games, bruv. Like, can't underestimate him. And David Moyes is doing such a great job there as well, isn't he?
Definitely. Look at the defense as well. Of course, Liverpool are going to outscore you, but they've only conceded one more goal. Yeah,
it's poor though, the goal difference. But look at the goals conceded. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, for those who like actually lived through week in, week out at decent age, watching that Everton team that he had, look at the West Ham team. It's the same team, same principles, same system, same organization.
Like Antonio.
Look at Antonio, who's basically, you could call him Tim Cahill. Tim Cahill,
Cahill, bro.
Tim Cahill used to play up front a lot as well, and he wasn't a striker, but Antonio fit into that mold. You got Souček, obviously the Fellaini is so obvious. He's got what's
and he needs that. You know what? So I'm going to drop a name. I'm going to drop a name for those that know. Remember Stephen Pienaar?
Yes. Pienaar, yeah.
Why do you think he wants Lingard? Moyes knows he just needs a little bit of something different. All them guys are functional. Now we need someone that's unpredictable.
Look at the fullbacks. Cresswell, Baines, Soufal, Tony Hibbert. It's reliable guys who defend, but can also high energy guys who can get up the pitch as well. Like it's all there. It's literally all there.
And do you know what I love? In this era of system managers, Genge press this, monopolize the ball, playing triangles, pitter-patter, tick-a-tacker, all this nonsense.
Still got David Moyes. You got Moyes.
David Moyes Taka. That's what's going to be called.
I love the fact this brand of football still works. Actually,
Moisey ball and
Moisey ball. Casper ball, man. Casper ball. He's a ghost.
This must annoy the hell out of you.
Huh?
Yeah, I agree.
Can get team of
no enthusiasm whatsoever. Like, I want this.
Sorry, I was literally in a text. That's why I was like, oh my god, someone texted. But Devil in Details. What are you saying about this game, bro?
1-1.
1-1. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's what I think.
That's fair. I'll give him that. Jan.
I think Liverpool will win. As good as West Ham have been, I think. I don't know about Liverpool because their form's kind of been up and down a little bit. I think they actually played reasonably well against Man United in terms of how they were playing before that game. They actually got more opportunities to score, and then obviously Man United were the better team overall. But I think they've been coming back slowly, so I can see them going on a good run of form right now. So I think Liverpool will edge it. I don't think it'll be by too many goals. Can I just address people in the comments because it winds me up seeing it every time. Like every time I'm here, you get people in the comments who support teams that get less people in their stadium than Man City talking rubbish. Like the reason why, and this is why I was saying our club is run well from the top to the bottom. When our owners came in, they identified that most Man City fans are working class people who simply could not afford to pay the prices that other teams are playing. And they actually said that they will not raise the prices too much because they know that would push out the Man City fans that have been going for years. And that's why our ticket prices are low. So even though you can laugh at it if you want, but the fact that you've got to go and pay double what I have to pay to see your team fail, is on you. They'll joke on
It's a
you.
win-win. It's a win-win, Yan, for you.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
like,
I'd
let's
say.
be
Yeah,
real.
killing
It's
people.
because
Word of advice,
that's what
yeah.
people call a subsidy. It's
Yeah.
because
Just
it's
avoid the chat. Yeah, that's
taxpayer-
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Them man are just salty, bro.
They're just chilling. They're just chilling. Lansley's a West Ham fan. He says we're a different animal with Antonio. I agree. I think Antonio's been very,
Yo,
very good
Jem,
for
real
West
quick.
Ham.
Appreciate you having me on, bro. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But,
Bro, appreciate you
everybody
actually
enjoy.
coming in.
Take
Yeah,
care,
same
Dan.
here, man. I got
Okay.
some things to do as well. Peace out,
Okay,
Jen.
Jay. Talk to you in a bit,
Everyone,
man.
everyone, nice show. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. Talk to you in a bit. Yeah, look, we're going to finish it off soon anyway. But yeah, no, Antonio's playing really well for West Ham at the moment. I think, to be honest, I think West Ham can get a draw out of this. I agree with.
I
who
think
was
you're
it?
hoping,
Daniel.
Jim.
Everyone
Jim, you're
details.
hoping it's
Yeah.
gonna get drawn, don't you?
I think I'd want to draw. I think Kai,
Yeah,
everyone that's above us, I just want to draw. Or
Yeah, I'm
lose.
the same. Or draw or lose. Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for me, it's like
Yeah.
drop points. But no, I mean, look, Liverpool could potentially absolutely plummet them. Really,
No, but I
we-
think West Ham can actually do something more than Spurs did yesterday to them, man. Because I think every
Yeah.
time they play against Liverpool, West Ham plays well, you know, and
True.
you know, and they're playing at home as well. As much as I dislike West Ham and that horrible purple kit, you know, but if they
Claret.
can, if they
Claret.
can do us, yeah. See, you know all the girly colors, Jim. I don't know. To me, it's purple,
Oh,
man. This
God.
is purple. But yeah, man, 1-1 would be nice, you know. Just do it for the working class,
Yeah.
West Ham.
Yeah.
Do it for the working class, you know. It is what it is. Let's go.
the
Move
last,
on, man.
the last game of match 20 or game 21 is Brighton versus Tottenham. Dan, Tottenham, got slapped by Liverpool in my eyes, to be honest. Do you think they're going to slowly start declining, or do you expect them to beat a Brighton team who, to be honest, are sitting 17th and need the points? You know what I mean? They need the points.
It's a valid question. I mean, the biggest question is less so about the opposition, is how Tottenham will operate without Harry Kane. Will Jose Mourinho still persist with this counter-attacking style, which suits Son and Kane, when one of them isn't there? I mean, the big thing that we said, and obviously Mourinho's come out today and said Kane's going to be out for a couple of weeks. But the big thing is, how will Tottenham operate with this style without Kane in the system? And that's the question. I mean, Brighton play good football. There's been so many games where they've been so close, but they haven't been able to get the job done. So it's just a case of who takes their chances, man. And I will not be surprised if Brighton win this game. I really won't be surprised. I'm actually going to edge towards Brighton, because the predictions have always been that when Kane gets injured, because it's more of a when rather than an if Kane gets an injury this season, Tottenham will fall out. And this is why Tottenham won't finish in the top four, Kane not being there. So yeah, man, I'm going with a Brighton win, but only slightly. It won't be like a dominant win, but it'll be like a 2-1 win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you. Jan?
I think Tottenham will probably edge it still. I can see that happening. But yeah, Brighton are a good side and they play good football. They play attacking football. Spurs play defensive football. So I think it would just depend who takes their chances. I think Brighton take the chances that they get, they could win that game. But if they don't, Tottenham have more talent in their squad to kind of get them the win. So I don't know. I think it'd be 2-1 either way. I don't know which way that's going to go until I see the game. But yeah, 2-1 either way to whichever team.
Yeah. Claire?
You know what? I've always loved Jose Mourinho. Everybody knows it. And I've always had the opinion that Mourinho can win anybody a trophy, man. But I think he finally found his match when he came to Spurs. Jesus Christ, man! If Mourinho can't win this guy's a trophy, I don't think anybody on this planet can, man. It's like the DNA. It's like, when you watched Venom and he was trying to fight so the parasite doesn't take over him. That's Spurs, man. It's like their DNA is too strong for Mourinho to overcome it. I can't see them like. The way that you're going down, I've never seen a team under Mourinho in his second season be as bad as Spurs, man. And I feel sorry for their fan, but at the same time, it's Spurs, and I hope they do get relegated. I'm going Brighton 2-1.
Yeah, that's a big call, bro. That is a big call. Look, I think Spurs are away, actually. I actually think this could be a draw, I've got this weird
think
feeling
Brighton
it's going
would
to be
win
like
it,
a 1-1 draw. I think Spurs need the points, but I just think Jose Mourinho, without Harry Kane, I don't know where the goals are coming from. All right, they got Son.
Didn't Kane
but-
like break both of his knees or something?
I don't know what he did. He hurt his ankle or something.
I swear, this guy is made out of gummy bears, man.
He is. I say it every time, and this is why I said I don't think they can win. This is why I said I don't think they can win the title. When people say, "Oh, they should be able to challenge for the title," I said no, because they have to keep Son and Kane fit, and they're injury prone. And who scores goals other than them two in their team? Who does? Who contributes?
No one.
Exactly. And this is the biggest issue. And it doesn't matter if you've got Jose Mourinho or whoever there. They just don't have enough firepower for me.
Jim, I think that club is cursed, man, to never win titles. I don't know what they did to one of their staffs in the past, but that club, man, I've said it. If Mourinho can't win you a trophy, no one can. No one can, man.
Yeah, I agree. And on that note, I think that's it. Really, that was the last game. The last game that we had to review. I actually enjoyed that. Actually, it was a good one. I mean, we do the afternoon Prem show sort of every once a week just before the games commence. And yeah, I mean, I appreciate all of you coming on. Actually, it's been really, really good. Jan, where can everyone find you? I know you got your own show and stuff on Sarcasm City. So where can people find you?
Yeah, mainly on Sarcasm City. So subscribe to them, Sarcasm City TV. They're on the road to 2K. I also have my own YouTube, Yan City ENT, and you can find me on Twitter at @itchyancity.
Wicked. People get following her and check it out. Kai, what about you, bro?
You can find me at No Filter Football KH. We're actually gonna do a show in a little bit more than 15 minutes about Tuchel. I'm gonna have a PSG fan. We're gonna talk about what he's gonna bring to Chelsea, what he did at PSG, and where the PSG fan thinks we're going to go with Tuchel and what lineup is gonna be. So it's gonna be a very interesting one, as usual. No filter, a lot of banter, you know. No Ram. I know a lot of you don't want Ram to come on my channel, so he won't be on my channel on this show as well. So come and join us. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, listen, look, there's 35 of you still here. Make sure all 35 of you go over there and join Kai on that show. Yeah, guys, appreciate your time, and hopefully we can get you back on, Jan. I think you was one of the first people that came on GNA TV when we first set up, if you remember. And now since then, it's been quite long. So I'd like to get you on more, actually, to be honest. I will be talking to you, and that'd be great to have you on. And Kai, you're always here, as always, supporting, which I appreciate, bro, as well. You can find me, Ads, and Sophia in the description below. Our Twitter links are there. We've also got a Discord channel as well. So if you guys want to continue after this and have a little chat there, you can do. But yeah, guys, other than that, I appreciate it. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.
It's like it's playtime, when it's playtime. In the dance, they have it,